Oh, welcome. It is Friday, January 17th. It's a little bit in the afternoon now, and we're ready to play some puzzles. It's been a busy week. Oh my gosh, has it been a busy week? I'm so ready to just sort of detox from this week. We've had, classes changing around, and we've had, oh my goodness, a lot of stuff. 2 basketball broadcasts, one tonight. It's been Spirit Week, so the kids have been wearing everything from pajamas to frumpy Adam Sandler garb. Today was the Spirit Day, where everyone wore different colors. The juniors were wearing gray, and the others were wearing green and white, and I think seniors wore white. I'm apparently a junior today, a junior in high school, because I wore gray. So. Welcome on. Hey, Callie, how you doing? Welcome back. Were you waiting for me this whole time? I'm so sorry I missed yesterday. I had a very busy day. So my brother-in-law offered me a free table. He's just moved houses, and his table didn't fit the new space. And so he asked, hey, does anybody want this before I just sort of give it to the thrift store? And we're like, no way, we so want that. It's kind of not a family heirloom, but it was just like kind of fun memories from that table. So anyway, we asked for it, and he was glad to oblige. Uh-oh. Oh, no. You failed the connections. Am I going to fail the connections today? Oh, no. Okay, don't give me the answers. Don't give me the answers. Let's see if I can figure it out. See if I can flounder today. Okay. Hit, opera, banger, rosebud, pepperoni, bop, edge, link, tap, contrabass, brat or brat, safari, auto harp, chrome, knock, and sausage. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's so much going on here. First off, I see a banger and a bop. Someone might say that something is a banger, a bop, or a hit. But then I also see like banger, like bangers and mash, like a sausage, or a pepperoni, or I come back to it, or a brat. Oh. Is that it? No, it's not. Okay. A link. But which one? There's 5 of them. Okay, I'll come back to it. Banger, a bop, a hit, or knock. Maybe not knock. Kids these days, they say when something is a really good one, they say it's a banger. I also see a couple of web browsers. I see Opera, Edge, Safari, and Chrome. That's got to be one of them. Okay, web browsers. Great. Yep. That's what I thought it would be. I also saw like some music going on. I saw an auto harp. I saw a contrabass. I don't see anything. Rosebud. Why is Rosebud there? Contra means against. Auto means like by itself. So it's like combined words. Rosebud. Pepper. Oni. I don't know. Oh. Let's see here. To knock, to tap, to hit, and to bop. The bop on the head, tap. Oh, okay, that is one. To strike. Great. And so my idea of, that's a good song. It's a bop. It's a hit. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay, we were one away when we said pepperoni, brat, banger, and sausage. Okay, we already guessed that. But what if we took out maybe pepperoni? Okay, Frankfurter might be a banger or a brat or a link or a sausage, but not a pepperoni. Pepperoni is a dried meat, you know, cut real thin. Actually, I learned it's an American invention. It sounds Italian, but it's not. There's nothing Italian about it. And everybody here in America puts pepperoni on their pizza, but it's like not even authentic. It's authentically American. Okay, so auto harp, rosebud, contrabass. I'm thinking of like conjoined words, but how are these like pepperoni's not a conjoined word. How would I get that? How would I get that? Honestly, ending with beer brands. Harp? Is that a beer brand? Bass? Roni? Peroni? I don't know. I have no idea. I would not have gotten that on my own. And then Bud, like Bud Light, I guess. Budweiser. I don't know. That's beyond me. I would not have gotten that. By personal choice, I have not ever had a drop of alcohol in my life. So that, you know, beer brands, that's beyond me. I don't know. I don't know. They could be international brands. I've heard of, you know, American brands, but I don't know anything about them. Okay, so we are going to play the mini. Let's see. Gracious and wish you good luck. Thank you. Purpling. Bud is the only beer brand I know. Yeah, I'd never heard of any of those. Never heard of any of those other ones. Oh, look at that. There's no blank spaces in this puzzle. How funny. Usually there's, you know, a couple of, asymmetrical words that you have to fill in, but all of these are going to be 5, 5, 5. Okay. Owner of a shop called The Bun Also Rises, most likely. That might be a excuse me, I'm typing. Baker. Kind of bread, olive oil? It's kind of kind of oil served with bread, and I can't help but say the word olive. I bet it is. Look, it's isn't that great when you have like a consonant, vowel, consonant, and then over here vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. They fit really nicely. Throw in the towel. Fine dishware for a dinner party. Would that be the china? And then very quick would be RAPID, rapid? Okay, here, let's come out over here. Let's do the down ones, just in case, because that could be anything. One down, to bungle as a plastic surgery is to botch. We botched the plastic surgery. State name. Oh, blank state. Name for Hawaii is the... Oh, yeah, Aloha. Aloha State. Fuzzy fruits or flightless words. That is kiwis. The 4x400 meter race, for example, is an event. And then the 4x400, same exact clue, 4x400 meter race example would be a relay. Nice. I do love those puzzles. It's great. All right, from the top, let's look at it. Owner of a shop called The Bun Also Rises. Like the sun also rises. Most likely that would be a baker. Be funny if that was a bookstore or something. It wouldn't make sense. Kind of oil served with bread, olive oil. A little bit of olive oil and a little bit of like, what is that? I keep thinking of the word marsala, but that's like a wine, I think. Balsamic vinegar. Yeah, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of balsamic vinegar on like a sourdough bread. Oh my gosh, there's not much better. It tastes so good. Throw in the towel. Fine dishware for a dinner party might be your china. And then this one we got because of the down letters. Very quick, hasty. Bungle as a plastic surgery. Bungle just means like to goof it up, you know, to not do it well. The Aloha State is a nickname for Hawaii. Kiwis are both the fuzzy fruits and the flightless birds. Kiwi. Do you know how to peel a kiwi? I was always under the impression you had to like peel it all the way around. And then we bought some kiwis from Costco, and they came with like a little spoon. And the one side is a knife and the other side is a spoon of this little gadget. And you chop it in half and then like core out the middle. And that's all I had to do, and it was delicious. You know, you eat it out of the skin. I was under the impression you had to like peel it, but those were, I don't know, where did I get that idea? Just they look nice carved and peeled, so I've always cut around the edges, but I suppose you don't have to. Kiwi. I could go for a kiwi right now. I wonder if we have any. Maybe we ought to stop at the warehouse club to get it. Let's see. A 4x400 meter race might be an event, and a 4x400 meter race might also be a relay. Pass off the baton to the next person. Nice. And now we're going to go play our old pal, the Wordle. 6 chances. Okay, so my first strategy is to not have a strategy. It's just to come up with a 5-letter word and sort of deal with the consequences. So if I were to say, I don't know, what did we say in the other one? We said relay. Relay, that's a good word. Oh, nice. It gave us the R and the E. And then I like to come up with like a non-intersecting word. A word that has not used any of those letters, like V-O-I-D-S, voids. Oh, there is an O. Oh, nice. There's an S too. Okay. So it could be like store, spore, shore, snore. Maybe we should come up with one more non-intersecting word. So we've got numb. And, numb. But then like... How about like... Chum? Chunk? Oh, that's a non-intersecting word. Look at that. C-H-U-N-K. Nothing. No help. No help. All right, so maybe we should just dive into the word, because we could do like... Rosette. Could be. It'd be nice if we knew kind of the order of the letters, you know? What were some of those ones I came up with just barely? Remember I said like shore? So like S-T-O-R-E could be one. Oh, I'm just making sure the letters aren't in the same place, right? R... S is fine there. Let's try it. Okay. So the S is not at the beginning. It's not an S word. It's not an R word either. So it's going to be something, and then a consonant. But it's not that one, so it's got to be the R maybe? Blank. O. And then it's got to be the S. E. Prose. Prose is a word. P-R-O-S-E. Grows. Well, froze is with a Z. I don't know. Should we try it? Okay. Awesome. Awesome. We're really good doing it on the 4th, but today we needed a 5th. So we started with the word relay, just because that was one of the ones in the mini crossword puzzle. And then we tried voids. I tried a non-intersecting word that didn't use any of the letters in relay. And then I found a third non-intersecting word, which was chunk. It's always fun to kind of stretch my brain to kind of think of, non-intersecting words like that. And then I thought, man, maybe we should just start diving in. And so I mixed around the letters and we came up with store, which helped us at least know that it was O something E at the end. And it can't be the R. It's not O-R-E. So maybe it's the O-S-E. Or it could be like, it wouldn't begin with R-S or S-R, throat or something. I don't know. It didn't make sense. And so I'm trying to think of, what was something R-O-S-E. And the only one that I could think of with letters that we hadn't used yet was prose. Awesome. Prose is like words of a poem, right? Words you're using in a poetic way. Prose. All right. Strands. Start tomorrow with X, Y. What? Those aren't real words. X, Y, L, Y, L. Xylol. Or pizzazz. I don't know if that's how you spell pizzazz. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I don't like using words that have the same letters. I know they double letters sometimes, but if I'm guessing, I'm just like trying to figure out letters. I don't usually like to double letters, so maybe that would be like an extra challenge for me. I have to give up one of my letters. All right, today's theme in the Strands is the time of our lives. And sometimes it's very on the nose, it's very direct, but sometimes it's like, what are you trying to say here, right? The time of our lives. This could be time as in like time on a watch. This could be I don't know. Let's dig in. There are 6 words. Last time I played there were 9 words, and there were smaller words. These are going to be larger words. And I always like finding sort of the corners first. Sometimes the corners come out. Like, for example, there's an LL. That could be, luckily the L and the L together, like Nelly, Miller, Millen, or NN even. There's an OO, Pooh. Pooh Bear. No, that has an H in it. Glee. I see glee. Glear. What about this corner? Strom. I see strom, like maelstrom. The time of our lives. I see remote. I still don't, I haven't fully pinned down today's theme. Okay, why is there a Z? You have to use every letter, so there's something with a Z in it. Like zone. Oh, like a time zone. Time of our lives. Time zone. Z. Oh, we had to go over here to do it. These aren't time zones, are they? No way. Like mountain time or Green. Is it really green? I don't see L for land. I don't see a D either. Okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I don't even see. Okay, here's an M. Lima, like Lima, Peru. The time of our lives. Let's see what comes out. Should we use the hint? Gosh, I don't like using the hint unless I have to, but I'm pretty stumped here. The time of our lives, and I see the word alpha. The time of our lives. What does that have to do with alpha? Alpha, omega, beta. What? Omega. No, I don't see omega. O. Boomer. But oh, the generations. Of course. Okay, then that's the Z, Gen Z. It's got to be Gen Z. Do I have to spell out generation? Z I-O-N T-I-O-N Boomer, Alpha, Gen Alpha, Z. Do I have to spell out Z? I think I'm starting to understand it, but I... So what are the different generations, right? There's like millennial. Oh, millennial. Here, let's see. M-I-L-L-E-N-I... Millennial? Ah, I spelled it right too. Millennial. T-I-O-N. Generation gap. That's the spangram. I knew it. Generation gap. What are the other ones though? Oh, there's the zoomer. Zoomer, right? Oh, I know. It's the greatest generation. Greatest. Greatest generation. That was a tough one. Honestly, the theme did not help. Sometimes the theme is like, oh, duh, the time of our lives. We're having the time of our lives. No, this has nothing to do with that. It's about the generations and the generation gap. I first saw, well, I didn't see anything at first. I'd use the hint, and I'm like, how is this? Well, this hint doesn't help. What? And I saw alpha, right, from the hint. Gen alpha. And then I saw boomer, and I thought, okay, these are generations, right? And then searching, I found there were generation gap, which ended up being the spangram. And then millennial, there it is. And I even spelled it right, M-I-L-L-E-N-N, two N's, two L's, two N's, I-A-L. And then zoomer. And then this last one is the greatest generation. Is that self-proclaimed or... Okay. And then we'll get into the Letterboxd. I sure love Letterboxd. That's a fun one. Really fun. Okay, so familiarizing ourselves with the puzzle today. You all know how to play. If you don't, then we're trying to match up letters by spanning them across to create a couple of words. And we have to do this in 5 words. One links to the other. And you can't use 2 letters that are on the same side, one after the other. So I can say CH, but I can't say, IN. M, T, C, H, N, I can't do it, H, I, R, X, O, A, E, W. Okay, so the hardest one is probably going to be the X. Second hardest, probably also the W. So we gotta find some way to get rid. Oh no, I can't do an IN. I sure would like to get rid of that X though. Coaxer, someone that coaxes is a coaxer, which leads me to an R. I'm glad I got rid of the X. I was going to say remove, but there's not a V. There's not a V anywhere. All right, let's think about this. Retown. Reto. Not a word. What do you mean it's not a word? What if I want it to be a word? So we'll stay with the R for now. Coaxer was a good one. I got rid of the letter X. Rim could set me up with an M, so we could do... What's a W word? Help. I can't say watch. Can't say... I can say... W-I-T. I can't say T-C. I can't say which. I can say what. W-H-A-T. There's no U. There's no L. Okay. Well, where does this take us? I could say mow, as in mow a lawn. Moan is the past tense of mow. And how about N? Oh, I can't say TC. I was going to say notch. That's a good word, notch. If we can knock all these out in one go, that'd be great. N. Is north a word? North is not a word. I was going to say north, but I can't go O-R. North. Not a word. Oh, there is. Wait a minute. T-H-E-R. Neither. Great. If we can, I like doing it in less words. Here we did it in one less word than was allowed. Coaxer. I was really trying to get rid of that letter X first thing. Coaxer, which led us to the R for rim. Small word, but that's okay. We're just trying to get rid of letters. And then M led us to moan, the past tense of mow, or the past participle, whatever that is. And then N lends us to neither or neither or both or either or either. Okay, starting at the top. There we go. So my watcher Callie, subscriber Callie, said that it didn't work out to do the connections today, and they wanted to see if I was able to get it. So and luckily I was, and I only used, I think, 2 guesses. Let's see my stats here. Current streak, max streak, perfect puzzles. We didn't get it perfect today. We actually used up perfect as in we got it, but we had to use one of our guesses. Here, view results. We guessed, was it banger? Oh, pepperoni. We guessed pepperoni as a type of frankfurter, I guess, like a meat casing, casing meat, I guess. I don't know. But at first I went with this one, the web browsers. There's Chrome, Edge, Opera, and Safari. And then I saw strike, which was to bop, to hit, to knock, and to tap. Frankfurter might be a banger, bangers and mash. A brat. At first I thought it was brat, like you brat. It was brat. And then link, right? Sausage links, and just sausage. And this one, I had no idea, and I'm sure a lot of people got this one wrong, or got it as the 4th one, luckily, and then learned something new today. That's how I usually do it. Something I have no idea about, and then I learn just kind of along the way. Auto harp. All these are ending with beer brands, so I am not a... here, let's look these up, because I legitimately have no idea what any of these are. Harp. Beer. Okay, apparently harp is a lager. And then, let's see. Bass or bass? I would assume it's Bass. Like Bass Pro Shop. Okay. All right. The world's first pale ale. Okay, I've never heard of that one. What would be pepperoni? Roni? Roni beer? Peroni. All right. Well, I'm learning things today. Peroni, apparently, is a beer brand. And then Bud, I would assume they mean Bud, Budweiser. I've never had a drop of alcohol in my life, so all of those were new to me, except for maybe Bud. We've all heard of Bud, right? If you've watched any, football commercials or something, you've seen that. But we did get it. We got it. And then that leads us over here to the mini crossword. This is kind of goofing up our... There we go. Okay. So let's start at the top there. A baker would be someone that is an owner of a shop, maybe called The Bun Also Rises, most likely. Kind of oil served with bread would be olive oil. Like a balsamic vinegar and oil together with a nice sourdough bread, hard crust bread. Throw in the towel. I don't want to throw in the towel. I want to rise above. I want to try as many good things as I can. Don't want to throw in the towel. There it is. This one doesn't quite fit like it usually does. Interesting. Usually just boom, right there, and it fits just fine. Maybe today is a slightly larger puzzle. Is that what's going on? No, that's not it. Fine dishware for a dinner party might be your china. Hasty is very quick. To bungle, to goof up, as a plastic surgery would be to botch. Yeah, but I don't envy anybody that's had bad plastic surgery. The Aloha State is the nickname for Hawaii. Kiwis represent both the fuzzy fruits or the flightless birds. The 4x400 meter race might be the event or the relay. Look at that, it's the same answer. That's funny. And then we did great on the Wordle today too. Let's see our stats. And we did great. Look at that. So we guessed it on the 5th. In honor, I guess, of the mini crossword that we did today that was all 5x5. There were no spaces. I started with the word relay. Could have used event or any of the other many words that we ended up using there. And then I found a non-intersecting word, which was voids. And that gave us, between those two words, it gave us the R-E and the O and the S. But we needed to sort of rearrange them. And then I tried another third non-intersecting word, which was chunk. And then, so I just started to guess. I thought, you know what? I've got enough letters. Let's make this happen. And so I guessed the word store. I could have guessed the word s'more, I guess. Snore. No, I couldn't do snore because of chunk. Swore. Past tense of swear. And then that gave us the position of the O and the E. But then the R was in the wrong place, and it couldn't go at the beginning, so R had to be the second letter. And then S couldn't go at the beginning, and couldn't go where the S needed to go, or the R needed to go, so the S had to be at the end. So we ended up with blank R-O-S-E, and the only one with those letters that I could find was prose. Very cool. Well, my challenge last time on the last stream that we did, I was recommending to everybody to go to a library, even if you didn't even get a book or rent a book from the library. It'd be great if you could borrow a book from the library, but maybe you don't have your card anymore. Or if you do have your card, that's great, and maybe you went and found something you liked. If you haven't, go do that. But my challenge for you today is to find an audiobook that you just absolutely are going to fall in love with. Right? Something that you're like, I've always been meaning to hear that one. And maybe you've read the book version of it, but listening to someone read it to you, it just comes alive. Especially, a real soothing voice or a real dramatic voice, sort of an actor that makes the whole thing come alive. The prose makes the prose come alive. I invite you to find an audiobook, either a free audiobook or, going on to, Goodreads and seeing what people have to offer. But hopefully you're able to find something that really sparks your interest. I would love to get back into it. I used to have a lot longer commute. I now live very close to where I work, and so I actually walk, and I have not needed a long podcast or any sort of light reading and audiobook along the way in my drive or anything. But I find other times to read. I especially love reading to my kids at night. It's just a really great opportunity to connect and hear stories together. I think it's really helpful. So my challenge, if you didn't get that, I want you to go and see if there is an audiobook that you absolutely fall in love with. My wife and I actually, we just barely published a children's book. And it's not for everybody because it's a children's book. But there's not an audiobook version of it, there's an ebook version of it, which made me think of that. So well, if you wanted to look it up, it's called the Santa Storybook. It's 2-in-1. It's by Kirk Miller, that's me, and my wife wrote it, Kimberly Miller. And actually my daughter did the illustrations with her grandmother, so my mother-in-law. They did the illustrations together. It's all about like the true story of Santa Claus, told through the story of a kid that's trying to discover and trying to decide if Santa Claus is real. And it's pretty neat. It's a great book. It's heartwarming stories. The illustrations are just beautiful, and the message behind it is really great. We've kind of already come through the holidays, and it's come and gone a few weeks ago, but the message in the book is like, Santa is real. He lives within all of us, and actually he was a real guy that did amazing things, St. Nicholas and those stories. So it's been kind of fun to see that. So anyway, you guys are awesome, and I encourage you to open a book. So all right, that's enough for me. Catch you on the next one. See you guys.